This is Lagoon Radio.
Good morning. Welcome to Newspaper Review on your number one online gospel radio powered by the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. Follow us on every of our social media and on Instagram, Twitter is Lagoonradio.Ng. On Facebook is Lagoon Radio Nigeria. My name is Sandra Nche, and with me is...
My name is Olumakaiye Ajadi. You're welcome to Newspaper Review this morning.
Okay, we have a couple of newspapers to go through. We have on my front I have This Nigeria, Al Jazeera Nigeria, Blueprints, National Economic, New Telegram, Daily Trust, Leadership, Business Day, Daily Independent, The Guidance, and The Guidance this day, and Nigeria Tribune. With us, we'll just have to see how to do something. Okay, on my front, I have leadership. Leadership on the front line. I have here. Sorry, 16 days to INEC deadline. 16 days to INEC deadline. APC, PDP in game of heat and seek over primary. You can get that one on page 4 of Leadership newspaper. Still on that, leadership. Still on leadership. Federal government approved 16.9 billion naira private sector investment in road. You can get that one on page 6 of that newspaper. Police kill 6 bandits, arrest kidnappers, kill of Greenfield Better School students. You can get that all in page 7 of Leadership newspaper. President Muhammad Buhari to decide returning minister fates. You can get that one on page 8 of Leadership.
Okay, this one alleged 80. Okay.
Alleged 80 billion
naira fraud.
80 billion naira fraud. Federal government suspend accountant general. You can get that one on page 27 of Leadership newspaper. Abuja treble market born over a woman's dirt. You can get that one on page 6 of the newspaper. Fidelity Bank support to support SMS year results. You can get that one on page 26 of Leadership newspaper. Grab your copy and read a lot of interesting story there.
Yes, I have the Nigerian Tribune here, and on the front page we have the alleged 80 billion naira fraud that you just read. The federal government suspends accountant general, postpones FAC meeting, FAAC meeting. The story is on the page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And the NAND threatens to shut down international airports nationwide. And begs Atiku Tinubu orders to raise money to meet ASU demands. Okay, you get a story on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune. And Lagos bans Okada in 6 local government areas. 9 local government areas too. Mayhem has Okada riders set Abuja market ablaze. The story on page 29. This Okada issue, Okada rider and everything, it's really getting out of hand.
Serious.
Yes, the story is on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. And Oshunguba court affirms Adeleke as PDP candidate. You got a story on page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. And Plateau APC Guba primary, gang up against Lalong's preferred aspirant. You get a story on page 16. Yes, on page 16. And APC presidential primary too. It is either Amechi or me. No contest between us. Jigawa governor. You get the story on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune. And the Makinde Abdulrazak flag of 76.6 kilometer Ogbomoso Isheyin Road. The story is on page 4. And gunmen kill security guard. Relatives of local government boss in Airborne. You get a story on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. And police arrests 2 over kidnapped of Greenfield Varsity student. Recover 61 firearms, 376 ammunition, 41 AI rifles, and 2 million naira cash. Others. You get the story on page 26 of the Nigerian page 28. I beg your pardon. Yeah. You will see the pictorial story is on the front page of Nigerian newspaper. So if you grab your copy, you'll see the pictorial news of this particular news that I just read. APC adjusts timetable, shift convention, primaries date, silent on zoning arrangement. You get the story on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune. And Malami talent show up at fake meeting. You get a story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Just grab a copy and read through.
Okay, I have this day newspaper. On the front line of this day's newspaper, the 23 APC members seeking to replace Buhari. Let me take it again. The 23 APC member seeking to replace Buhari. You can see that one on the front line, and grab your copy because you see a lot of their friends.
You see the pictures. The pictures
yes,
are
we have
there.
picture of Vice President Green.
We have the
Tinubu.
Tunde Bakare. The Pastor Tunde Bakare is there.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, you're right. You can see.
We
too.
have Amechi.
Machi is there.
Yes, and we have Yahya Bello.
Yeah, Bello.
Yeah.
Just until then. Okay, still on that this day newspaper. Returning ministers Buhari to demand Silva Ngige tell facts, says Mohammed. Our brother. Okay. Still on that newspaper, I'll have federal government. They'll constant to spend mobile oil.
Yeah, federal government declines consent to Seplat, mobile oil producers, asset acquisition deal.
You can see that one on the front page of that newspaper. 2023 APC in pain more move to keep presidential in not party chief. Okay, all right. The chief word. Grab your copy on this day newspaper and read a lot of interesting stories there. Shay, what do you have?
I have the Daily Independent newspaper, and On the front page, you will see the story that we've been reading in other newspaper. The returning ministers await Buhari reabsorption verdict, and Malami Talin attend fake meeting. Ingige Siva's fate hangs in the balance. The story is on the front page, and the continuation on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper. 5 feared killed, shops burnt as traders Okada rider clash in Abuja market.
Hey, you read that one?
Yes. Yeah, the story is on the front page. Yeah, 5 persons were said to have died on Wednesday. That was yesterday, and goods worth billions of naira was also burnt at the popular furniture market in Dede community, Dede community in Abuja. So, and of the Federal Republic, Federal Capital Territory, I beg your pardon, and where traders clashed with the commercial motorcyclists, and popularly known as Okada riders, and following the death of an unidentified woman. So that was also, and the sources said that the trouble started after an Okada rider ran into a trader and killing the woman. And following the accident, argument ensued. Argument started. That kind of thing. I went here. So with this, which degenerated and lead to a burning of motorcycle involved in the accident, and everywhere scatter. This is what we used to say: jungle to justice. Do not take law into your hands.
That's exactly what I want to say.
I understand the pain, the pain of, when that kind of thing happened, people will be angry, especially where we have area boys. They will be very angry. What is happening? Oh, you just killed him. You just everywhere, just don't scatter. And before you know it, many lives
Will be lost.
Many property will be lost in the process. So
I didn't know why people always wait for something to happen to trigger them to do more things. Because if you find that, like what happened in Sokoto, a little thing, it triggered, they start burning things, start destroying. I think it's time the leader should begin to talk to people about this jungle justice that people are doing.
And that is the problem we have in Nigeria. And a friend of mine was telling me that Nigeria is on a time bomb. You understand? Like it's just waiting to explode. Which I say no. That will never happen. That will never happen in Jesus' name. But let's tell ourselves the truth. The one that happened in Sokoto, what have they done to it? It's over a week, right? We've not heard anything. Another one happened in Lagos.
How did Lagos on so
another one happened in Lagos. Now another one happening in Abuja.
The Lagos one was even just changed because of change.
Because of change. It's ridiculous. People should do better. We should be human. And especially this, I'm not trying to be tribalistic, especially these Hausa people. Many of them are not literate. So just tell them one thing like this. Forget. Tell them one thing like this.
I believe it's because of what what they are impacting on them.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
if you know somebody from the tender age and what the person is saying, the person is not seeing as an evil. To them, they are saying they are doing the right thing. So that's what I say there.
So the story is on the front page, and of course the continuation on page 7. And federal government suspends AGF over alleged 80 billion naira scam. Postpone FACC meeting. The story is on front page of the Daily Independent newspaper. And Sanwo-Olu orders total ban on Okada in 6 local government and 9 LCDs. Local government I don't really get that. The story is on page 29. Government killed Ebonyi local government area chairman's three relatives, security guard. You get the story on page 6. Ohanes Islam's NEF over section comment on Southeasterners. You get a story on page 7. And Oshun 2022, court affirms Adeleke as PDP Guber candidate. You get the story on page 6 of the Daily Independent newspaper. And the court adjourns trial to May 29, denies Nnamdi Kanu bail. You get a story on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper. And APC adjusts date of presidential, Guba, national, and assembly primaries. Denies zoning presidential, vice presidential ticket to northeast, southeast. The story is on the front page and the continuation on page 24. And the EFCC squeezes detained SNDDC MD Nsima Ikere. You get the story on page 29. And on the pictorial news is the Bond Building Materials Market in the Day area of Abuja during the violent clash between the commercial motorcyclists and traders yesterday. Yeah.
So pathetic.
As in, so pathetic.
Okay, I have the Guardian newspaper. 2023 APC PDP a mind game over primary. It's just like that is almost what is in headline of today.
Of course now.
Over to the paper. Okay, still there. In French tweets, APC adjourns timetable to hold primary hour after PDP. Says no truths in zoning presidential presidents to Northerners. APC has no reason to zone presidential to Northern. Tinubu group kick. Okay, still on that. Unclean in Buhari.
Which one, Malami?
Muhammad.
Which one is that one? Let me get to the Guardian newspaper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's in a fresh twist, right?
No, in Buhari Buhari
certain okay, let me just try to take that. Uncertainty in Buhari's cabinet, Abi, as Malami Talen attend fake and after farewell session. Buhari to decide who stays, who goes, says Lai Mohammed. I think that's the highlight of today's newspaper. Yeah.
Okay, still on the guide newspaper, we have no plan to ban Facebook over iPod. Government
government
clarify. You can get that one on page 4 of this guy the guide newspaper.
Yes.
Still on that, court affect.
Yes, court affirm
Adeleke as Ogun State.
Cannot be Ogun State, madam.
Oshu and then court affirm Adeleke as Oshu PDP candidate. You can get that one on page 5. Oh, that's the dancing senator.
Yes.
All right. He has been trying to come out. Let him win for once. Anyway, still on that, court strike out new charge against Kano. I can get that one on page 7 of the newspaper. Okay, break. Oh, they still have one more. Okay.
That's on business news.
Yes, no, yes.
Baker's decree.
Where do you get it? Okay, on that business news.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cry,
okay.
yeah.
Baker declare infringement to pass race products cost to customers. You can get that one on page 18 or 8. On page 8. Is it 8 or 18?
Oh, page 80.
8 on page 8 of that newspaper. EFCC demand X NDDC MD ND. Okay.
No, I think I read it on the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune, that EFCC detains SNDDCMD Ekere over
Ekere.
alleged
Over.
47 billion naira fraud.
I just don't
Yes.
understand this people. All right. I'll just grab your copy.
I don't know if you read this one. It's
of
on the
them?
page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. How influential politicians get away with corruption.
Oh, okay.
By Falana.
By Falana, yeah. I did
Yes.
not see that one, yeah. All right, just grab your copy on the guided newspaper and read through it. Do you still have any one more?
Of course. Yes, I have the Blueprint newspaper. Yeah, it's the newspaper for the truth and justice. And on almost the same story, you have it. Buhari to decide fate of returning Malami.
I think that's the capture
Yes,
story.
yes. And as courts reject Kanu's bail, insecurity in southeast worsened. 8 killed in Anambra, Ebonyi. Sit at home greens business activities. Dangote drivers, staff, 1 others slain in Delta. Truck set ablaze. Mahi task operatives and killers of local government chairman relatives. You get a story on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. And on page 22, we have the Access Holdings, the Zone Access Capital Investment wants Nigerians. Yes, you get that on page 22. And Lagos, strike force naps imported tramadol. Others worth 6.6 billion naira. You get the story on page 13 of the Blueprint newspaper. And Oshungu called Hoppers Adeleke as PDP candidate. And high hero bond yield. US rate continue to drive Nigerians' debt burden. You get that on page 21 of the Blueprint newspaper. And Cross River 2023, Senator Otu vows to revisit seeding of 76 oil wells to a number Akwa Ibom. Yes, I think yes, Akwa Ibom. You get a story on page 415. And 5 killed as traders Okada rider clash in Dede, Abuja. You get that on page 13 of the Blueprint newspaper. Just grab your copy and read through the story there.
Okay, just have one more to write up. Okay, this we have this Nigeria. Quickly, there's one. I just saw something.
Okay,
Yes,
story.
let me just pick that one. Olu, that's the governor of Lagos State.
Yeah.
Olu announced total ban on Okada rider in 6 Lagos local government. I'm so happy on that. That's the reason I just needed us to just go through it
Yes, we've actually read it. We've talked about.
today.
Yes, we've read it. This story is all over the newspaper because it's the incident that led to this ban. It's something unspeakable. it's all about people taking laws into their hands, jungle to justice. You know, just
Okay, just grab your copy on this day. There's a lot of things to read
this
because of
Nigerian
time.
newspaper.
Yes, because of time, we have to run up because state of nation is coming up by 10 o'clock. I thank you so much for being part of today newspaper review. Join us tomorrow by 10:30 on another newspaper review with me.
Yes, Olumakaiye Ajadi. Thank you guys for joining us.
I, Sandra and Chia, say thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.